Close eyes and body see through. Time flies when I'm with you. Looming below the sun, holding me like a gun. Sweat and rain, fall in a dream. Breath can wait eternity. Follow me through the clouds. They're never coming down. Under the moon, day and night, journey with you. Out of body, far out. We're never coming down, If we're getting closer, if we're getting closer, if we're getting closer, if we're getting closer. Infinite power, infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power, infinite power, power. Infinite power.
And welcome back to another weekend, and definitely a good start to the weekend. We have an Elite League matchup tonight for Frontier Doubles League. I'm Cyprock, and joining me on the desk is Blade. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Cyprock. How are you doing? It's been a minute.
Dude, it has. We haven't co-casted together in a little bit, and just watched a little bit of FDL Central. Had a blast there, and we have the Elite League Gators versus the Hydras. Feed and Azza coming in for the Hydras, and Azza's going to be a playmaker in this series. He's a 19-8, the highest person in this lobby, as far as I'm concerned. And then Moifman and Miles for the Gators. Any predictions before this game?
Not really. I mean, I've seen Moifin play before, and he's unbelievable. I have no doubt that he could easily take over this game. Um, I'm not really familiar with the other ones though. I'm sure they're good. I mean, they're an elite league, so.
Yeah, and right before we get these players to join, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna go with the Hydras on this one. The Gators are 4-2 right now, and the Hydras are undefeated at a 6-0. That's definitely not easy to do in Elite League. Uh, and honestly, I think what's going to come into play is all the hide and seek that Feed has gotten up to playing. I think that's going to help him, really stay ahead of this game and get him to that dub that the Hydras need. Without any further ado, we're going to get these guys into their respected teams, and honestly, this is going to be a great game, and I cannot wait to see some Elite League action, especially to start off the night. That hopefully this does not uh, fail to impress. And
Yeah, definitely. And
we're gonna
off
have
we kick
I mean,
off here with it. We looked like we lost somebody here before kickoff.
yeah,
Uh,
we
yeah, it
lost.
was Feed. It looks like. I don't. Don't know what the
All the
update
ruling is on that.
yeah on that one, but we do have a goal, and I'm aware that usually once a goal has been scored, we usually don't go back on it, but that was also a problem before there was a goal, so
We'll
I'm
get
not
the
I,
respected ruling on this one.
yeah, I'm not sure what the competitive ruling on this one should be, but either well, there we have we have Miles in now, back in here as the who was that? As the Hydras put another one in off of the kickoff here. We've had a frantic first 11 seconds with 3 goals, 1 player lost, 1 player regained. Really exciting off the start here. Now back to full strength of the Gators. And off of this kickoff, Azza taking it in the middle. Brings it up and is found by Moifin. Feed knocking it back toward the Gator end there. Miles up with it, just pushing it into the midfield. Little one-on-one here, trying to get around Feed, trying to get around Moifin. Can't. Azza with the follow-up. Can't find the double tap. It's stopped, but Feed puts the rebound in.
I'm gonna go ahead and point out before you even get the chance to, Blade. We need to have a ruling on Feed's wills because those are hideous. But
Oh God.
what you saw there was just a little bit of an overcommit into the net from the Gators, and they got stuck too close together, and that's where it led out the unfortunate goal from the Hydras going straight in. But Feed definitely showing dominance, and I think that's a little bit because of that hide and seek experience. I think that's helping them out a little bit with car control here.
Yeah, certainly is. Azza almost puts one in just off the crossbar. Ball in the corner, but yeah, feeds wheels. That's problematic. I do not like those. They give me the heebie-jeebies. But ball in the middle there, Azza taking it up, air dribble in the middle, looking for the bump, finds it on Miles and gets the goal.
And oh my gosh, there, Blade, as a 19.8 salary, almost over 2 salary completely over all of these players, which is a big difference in Elite League. And that's a beautiful air dribble bump. Something you see quite often, actually, in these higher ranks, but to actually pull it off like that with such ease is kind of crazy.
Yeah, certainly is. Azza trying to put this ball in the net again. Feed finds the top corner. Almost no time here. 5 goals in 75 seconds for the Hydras.
To be honest, that's a beautiful shot, but what would make it better is just those wheels taking those off the ground and like just taking them off the field. That's not a good look. I think this is banishable or something like that. This has to be a rule or something in this league.
Yeah, I think that will just end up needing to be a league rule. You're not allowed to use those wheels just for any purpose, anything but those. As Azza plays the ball down into the Gators half, Miles just playing it slowly there in his own corner. Azza trying to find it in the middle, shadowed very nicely by Miles, who picks the ball up in the midfield. Feed gets a 50 there, ball back in the midfield. Azza flips it over. There's a demo there, and Feed scores yet again, and we have to look at those awful wheels.
Yeah, definitely not happy that we had to look at those. It's not a good sight, but what you saw there was just with the Gators, we're kind of keeping up halfway through this game. The Hydras have so much chemistry, and those passing plays come through literally almost every time. Az has got 2 goals and 4 assists already on 6 shots. He's 2 for 6 right now. And Feed is a whopping 4 for 5 with 1 assist. So just playing a great team game, and definitely what's winning this game so far.
Yeah, and certainly, and I mean those numbers. What was it? You said 4 goals, 2 assists, and the other one had 5 points between the goals and assists. There, the goal participation is pretty incredible. They're definitely working as a team. As Moifin has the ball here inside the box, knocked out by Feed. Miles with a catch. Feed playing it off the wall. Azza takes an air dribble up, gets it around one, and just drops it off the side of his car and into the net to give them a Brazil with 2:22 remaining.
I saw that right. Yeah, there you go. That's a beautiful fake from Azza. He went for the flip reset, but saw that Moifin challenged high. and took that literally right under him and put that in. Took the safe shot, and yeah, he did get the Brazil. We're 7-1 right now, Blade, and this is not what we expected, especially with 2 minutes left to go. The Gators they have to do something quick because Boyfin is he's such a volatile player, but just not showing it. And as a holy cow, just proving that he's the most dominant player on the field as of right now.
Yeah, certainly. They're really giving this Hydra team some space to work, and has to be frustrating for the Gators. Because if I'm not mistaken, they've scored more goals with one player on the pitch for their side than they have with two. If I'm not mistaken, is Feed almost getting around and tucking another one in there, just to the side there. Miles really trying to slow this down, get some control. Met by Feed in the midfield there. This Hydra offense is just suffocating absolutely everywhere. Gets it around one with a demo, but Az is back. Moifin's up with it. Ooh, don't know if we found the reset there. But a save from Feed, keeping that one out. Unbelievable defense from the Hydras here too. But as I say, Moifin snipes one past the Hydra's defense.
Yeah, and if that doesn't show you how the Gators have been playing this game, they're getting so close to them goals, but they just somehow miss them, and the ball clears out to the side. Moipin's still getting that shot, pulling this game within a 5-goal deficit. So, looking for a lot more of that. They just have to get the shots on target the first time, and make sure they go in if they want to get back into this.
Yeah, certainly. There's not many opportunities really for second and third chance opportunities. You really got to try to put it in on that. First one is Feed knocking it into the Gator corner. Turned back by Moifin, but can't get it past midfield. Feed with the demo on Miles in the middle. Can't do much with it there. Centered for it. Azza just decides to wait on that one. Lets Moifin take it through the middle. And is met off of the end of that air dribble. Azza with it in the corner. Centering pass. Can't find anything with it. It looked like it may have been a double commit from the Gators there, but defense has been looking a little better after that. After the 7 goals, they've finally stopped the bleeding. At least they haven't done much scoring of their own, but looks like they've settled in a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Blake. But I'm not sure if it's them getting comfortable with a 7-goal lead, or if it's just them, trying to waste the timeout. Maybe getting tired of scoring. Who knows? But I honestly don't think that Azza or Feed would have just tired out that quick and showing. Yeah, maybe they hurt us a little bit.
Yeah.
Taking a little bit too much time off the clock and not scoring, maybe giving the Gators a little bit of momentum. But if there was any momentum existing, then it's definitely been smashed into the ground. That's just a beautiful pass from Azza, and an even better shot from Feed. That's just how the game went. Azza was passing perfectly, and Feed was just there to put the ball in the net. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about shots because I know there's a big
Oh my
difference
God.
there. Coming off of the Hydras, I'll go with the Gators first. 9 shots for the Gators. That's a great amount, but when you look at the Hydras, 19 shots.
Azza
Oh,
had 9.
Feed had 10.
Yeah,
Then
it's
again,
unbelievable.
that's a statement though, because Azza was passing half the time. Holy,
Oh yeah,
Azza coming out with a total of 6 assists. 6 out of the 8 goals were assisted, which means 6 out of 8 goals were passing plays. And that's insane to me. The fact that Azza and Feed both almost Azza did have 1,000 points and Feed almost had 1,000 points. That's just pure dominance in this gameplay, Blade.
yeah, it really is. Just and the production on it. I mean, 8, 3 goals, 5 assists. I call those points. That's 8 points is incredible, especially when you're scoring 8 goals. The Gators are really they're gonna have to find a way to shut that down. And also incredibly, I know that the people watching can't see this, but Azza is also playing on 100 plus ping and did that in game 1.
Yeah, definitely, and only if he could buy better internet for the skill he has. No, I'm just joking. It's just joke, Azza. Don't bully me. You're way better than me at this game. I just hope he doesn't get any of my replay analysis. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely gonna have to see the Gators come out in this game and play a way more hyper aggressive gameplay. Because if they don't, it's gonna go bad. And as I'm talking, the Gators putting one in. But question here, Blade, is do you think this gets in the Hydra's head because they just gave up first goal and it was off of a weird double commit as Asa was on the wall and Feed went for it a little bit too late.
No, I don't think they're bothered by it at all because the last time they let up the first goal within the first 20 seconds of the game, they then went on and scored, what was it, 8 unanswered? I don't think they're terribly concerned. There's still plenty of time left, and I think they will still find their opportunities. But Asa with it in the midfield, got it over Moifin, but Moifin with a tip. Feed following up on it, still with it. Can't drop it under Miles, who's in great position there in the center. Moifin being able to clear this away, but the Hydra's just maintaining this pressure, keeping this ball deep inside of the Gator zone as Moifin finally able to relieve it. Asa throwing it into his own corner. Taking it, slowing it down a little bit, puts it in the middle for Feed, finds the shot, but it is blocked by the Gators there. Miles pinches it down into the corner. Moifin with a shot. It's a soft one, just wide. Would have extended the Gators' lead there, but could not. Asa with the musty. Nothing doing there as Miles lands on Moifin, and Moifin takes a demo. Has to get it around one more. Asa with the save on the goal line. The Gators really looking like a lot better team now. They seem like that they've settled in.
Yeah, it seems like they definitely grabbed their bearings and picked them up from that last match. And as we're talking,
Ooh.
he shuts us up with those ugly wheels. That's a beautiful shot from him, and that's the goal they needed to kind of get back in the groove of things. But the Gators can't let that get to their heads, and they need to come out 100 mile an hour, doing what they did to get that first goal. Because if they don't, this Hydras team will roll over them in an instant.
Oh, certainly, and I mean it was a very beautiful shot from a not an ugly car, but those wheels certainly do not do that preset any favors as far as beauty is concerned. Feed getting the deflection on that air dribble there. But Asa with it, musty towards net, easily turned aside by Moifin, controlling it into his own corner there. Feed just being a menace in the corner. Moifin centering it wide. That was Miles centering it for Moifin, but Moifin was not there with it. And Asa with a
Crazy flick.
yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what he did there. I was like, that's kind of a weird air dribble.
Yeah, and I think Asa's kind of going for the freestyle because it's the third time I've seen him go for that in this game. I think they saw the deficit they had in game one, and they're just trying to have fun with it. But maybe that's like there's been a few challenges for people on stream to go for some crazy stuff, and maybe that's his challenge, just to get as many breezy flicks as he can. But right now he's just freestyling right now, Blade. Honestly, I think the Gators should try their best to take advantage of this because he's kind of taking it not seriously, and
Ooh.
Miles punishing Asa for even thinking that he can freestyle on them rent free.
Yeah, just a good play there. Moifin just knocking that ball in, and Feed almost had that read. He was just about in the right place, but Miles able to just put it a little wide of him, tying this game back up, a little over halfway done. And the complexion of this game is certainly a lot different than where we were at this point last game. I believe we were already, it was like 7-1 at this point during the last game. As the ball is in the Hydra's corner here, Asa with it, sends a flick towards net, easily turned aside by Miles, not very threatening at all. Feed trying to play it towards the middle. Has a little fake, Moifin with it, knocking it off the sidewall here. Trying to look like he was trying to make a ground play there and just could not find it. Asa from the air almost finds the double tap just a bit wide. Both of these teams, it feels like almost both of these teams are trying to freestyle on each other just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe some DMs. We're gonna have to check DMs after this to see if it was indeed a freestyle challenge or something of those, something of that sort. But definitely both teams coming out, and I think it may have been. It was either 6-1 or 7-1 by the time we were at that 2-minute mark. But right now we're definitely at at about 8-1, maybe 8-2, because that was our final score. But definitely the Gators coming out in this game and showing that they're not completely out of it, but they have not yet proven that they're gonna win this
Asa
game. And
from
as
the
a
ceiling.
dude, Blade, I think I need some coaching from this man. My mechanics suck, and his seem to not be lacking at all. So maybe if he wants to share some of that skill, I would gladly take it.
Yeah, for real, that was just a fantastic play off of the ceiling. A lot of confidence on that one, and not surprising with just how good these guys are and the consistency on the mechanics as well. As Feed puts it forward, Asa trying to get the redirect, Moifin cutting it off, but Feed able to just catch that one and basically just drive it in, to give the Hydras a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and I think the Hydras got stuck in a little bit of a rut in the first 4 minutes of this game, and this last minute, they're really picking it up a little bit and getting back in that groove to what they're used to. Obviously, they were up 6 goals last game, and that's probably not normal. Maybe for them, they are 6-0 coming into this, so that's it's good to see them getting back in their groove. But if you're a Gators fan, you are not happy right now.
Oh, Moifin coming across on that save because Miles was demoed and that looked like an open net. But at the last second, Moifin looked like he tried to get the flip reset there. I don't think he got it. But ball is in the Gators' corner. Miles playing it into the middle there. Trying to get a pinch, but Miles only walks away with a demo. Moifin playing it slowly by the side of his net. We are down to the last 10 seconds. It's not over for the Gators, but they're going to have to make very quick work here as it looks like the winnability has gone down to 0 here. Just waiting for this ball to touch the ground, and the Gators will have game 2. Or sorry, excuse me, not the Gators. The Hydras will have game 2.
Yeah, and once again here, Blade, just a dominant game. Yeah, it was a little bit closer. Only a 2-goal deficit right now, but still 10 shots coming from the Hydras and only 7 coming from the Gators. That may seem like not much, 3-shot difference. You may say that's not bad, but seeing as what it was last game, I think the Hydras could have done better in this game, and I think they've made a little bit more mistakes. Definitely no passing going on because we had no assist. 2 goals for each player, so definitely more of a solo play game, which I think they do worse at than the team play because we saw Asa going for a lot of those risky air dribble shots, and I think that's what led to this game being so close is because he was taking not the best shots and was kind of trying to be flashy. But the Gators playing an R18 game, they just couldn't pull it out here. Their only hope right now, Blade, is a reverse sweep, and that Asa and Feed for the Hydras. They just want to end this because they can honestly. Feed and Asa, I mean, such a dominant team. They just have to show it. And that game, I don't think they showed the chemistry that they really had, especially coming from game 1 with 19 shots. That's got to be an FDO record. And if it isn't, I'm mad or very impressed. One of the two. I guess it just depends on the mood. But I can't wait to see what the Gators try to come out with because right now they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, they really don't. And to a point you said a little bit ago of that the Hydras need to play a little bit better. And I mean, they were 4 goals on 10 shots. I mean, you're saying they need to do better, and they're already shooting 40%, which I really do think says something about just how good this Hydras team is. Is that even shooting above league average is to a degree still below average for that Hydras team. As Miles trying to play it through the middle here, but Feed turns it away, sending it back down into the Gators' corner. As he waits patiently up on the wall there, finds the low 50 there, but can't finish it. Miles coming through and just clearing that safely off the goal line. As Miles chips it towards the middle. Moifin gets the touch, but Asa right there to make the save. Feed picking it up. His teammate being demoed there, so Feed is by himself for the moment as Moifin knocks it downfield for Asa to catch. He goes right up after it. Over Moifin, off the ceiling and finds the shot. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was fully expecting Asa to miss that because his freestyling was looking kind of off a little bit. But when you read the waterfall like that and you bury that in the back of the net, that's demoralizing if you're the other team. Just to know that your opponent can hit something like that, that's actually kind of ridiculous. And and that's just beautiful for the Hydras, showing how threatening that their offense can be, and showing how threatening a 19.8 Sal can be in this Elite League game, and just how experienced as it is with this. But
Ooh,
oh no! And after that goal, you definitely want to see a goal coming from the Gators, but when you miss something that close, that's just
that
not good.
stings. Yeah, it really does. It always hurts, especially when you have one like that, and it's a little tough. But for these guys, those are shots that they can hit with decent bit of regularity, especially when they don't necessarily have a defender that isn't the post or crossbar. There is Moifin trying to play it awkwardly in front of the net as a little low air dribble to bring it across the box there, but Feed coming in, cutting that off. Chance here, Azza deciding to play it to the corner instead of going for the shot there. Smart play, got a flip reset, wasn't able to do much with it. As Miles trying to play this ball forward. Over one, not over Azza. Miles just waiting with it in the corner. Just making slow plays. It really looks like the Gators are kind of deciding that they want to try to slow this game down and try to play it and win it that way. As Miles gets it over one and flips it up for himself, as a knocking it away. But yeah, I don't know if this slow play from the Gators is necessarily working.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily working, but it's also not necessarily disappointing. I don't know if you've noticed this blade, but and it just doesn't matter.
Unbelievable.
What that,
Unbelievable.
but
What was that?
as a being as I mean, his air game's kind of ridiculous. I don't know if that should be allowed. That's just a beautiful shot. But as I was saying, it seemed like the Hydras were slowing down to the or not to the Griffins. I saw yellow and I thought Griffins. It seemed like they were slowing down to the Gators. Not momentum, but pace.
Speed, yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like they were slowing down to what they were seeing, and that's not good if you're the Hydras. But when Azza somehow gets that ball in the top right corner, I guess it just doesn't matter anymore because you're up 2 goals with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't, especially when you can just tuck shots away like that just don't seem like scoring opportunities on the face, that they somehow find one and then somehow convert on that one. As Miles trying to get it through the middle, and this Hydra's defense just not really letting it happen. Feed with it in the corner, just pushing in front of his car, gets it around one, has an open net. Can he collect it and finish? No, he can't. Azza can't get the follow-up. Miles pushing to the side, and Moifin has an open net to cut this Gators deficit in half.
Yeah, definitely, and that's the slow play working out for the Gators. The Hydras getting a little bit overconfident, wanting that 3-goal lead with a minute left, and that's just not what you want to do, especially when you're only up 2 goals. Because now it's able to be brought back and tied up. The Gators just one goal closer to pulling this game into at least an overtime, and maybe that gives them momentum to score again and win the game. But oh my God.
Oh,
As I speak, Caster's curse for the Gators, and Feed just buries me in the back of the net, telling me to shut my mouth because I'm wrong.
yeah, certainly. Just a great play there. Azza, again, just being that aerial threat, wasn't able to find that second touch there, but it fell perfectly for his teammate, who was just able to get it around Miles, who was doing everything in his power to make that car as big as it could be, but couldn't make it big enough. As he has it in the Hydra's corner, trying to find the center, can't do anything with it, doesn't find a bump, as Feed just pushes that one down to the Gators' end. Moifin from his own backboard, slow play right out in front of his net, and Miles taking it off the top of his car, teeing it off. Azza up with it again. Let's see what he wants to do. Oh, Feed came across looking like they tried for a little pinch play there, and Feed still just being threatening, and Azza was stellar this game.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm the Hydras, I wouldn't go for anything risky. Honestly, I don't think it matters because, I mean, when you can just back the ball up in front of net to your teammate without the defenders doing anything about it, I think that's the Gators kind of giving in a little bit to them being down 2 goals, and that's going to end the series 3-0 sweep. I'm not gonna say we did not expect it. I didn't expect Moifen to be taking down this easy, especially with Miles as a teammate, because we all know that he's he's an insane player to say the least. But definitely a beautiful game from the Hydras. That puts them at 7-0. They have yet to be beat. That's insane, Blade, especially in a league like this, um, where I don't believe it's common for you to be 7-0 in this crazy rank. I mean, these are GC3s. GC3s and
Yeah,
maybe even higher. I'm not even sure. As is a 19.8, and you don't see that often. Might have to talk some money with some people to to switch him over to my roster, but we don't talk about that. There was no money involved. Now I'm just joking, but beautiful game from the Hydras. And what are your thoughts on this, Blade? What are your thoughts?
really, this Hydra's team is they're giving me the vibes of the Elite Huskies team from last season, that went 10-0 in the series and went in the regular season. I believe it was 30-4 in the games, playing 34 out of a minimum possible 30 games, and the Hydras look like that they're on their way to doing that. But the other part of that Huskies team was a loss in the finals, so the Hydras still just they got to keep it up. They got to keep showing up, and they got to keep winning, and they can't let themselves get complacent. But the Gators games 2 and 3 played pretty well. Game 1 just really got away from them, and I really think that's what kind of set the tone for the series.
Yeah, most definitely. And honestly, if you're the Hydras right now, um, I don't think you can be mad at that. Definitely. Well, I mean, no, hold on. Let me reword that. You literally can't be mad. I mean, when you literally, oh, there we go. And we're gonna have a post game interview in just a second. But when you defeat a team that bad with such dominance, but it's crazy to me, Blade, because Moifen, he's no small chip
Oh no, he
knock
isn't.
off. It's crazy because I've seen Moifen play, and I thought that was the top of this league. But when you see a player come in like Azza that just wipes everybody off the face of the earth, it doesn't make sense how you can be so dominant in a league like this where you think everyone's close. But I'm looking at everything right here, and the only person close to Azza or even higher than Azza is on the Hydras as their reserve.
Wow.
I I don't understand. It's crazy, but what a game from them. And we're gonna still a bit of a post game interview. We're gonna see if we can't get both of these players in here. Welcome, 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 Azza and Feed. How you guys doing?
I'm chilling.
They're pretty good.
The words from Feed. I'm chilling. So coming into this series, you guys were a crazy 6-0, undefeated in an elite league, which is uh crazy to me. I don't understand it, but you're now 7-0, and coming into this series, were you at all scared that you were going up against a powerhouse like Moifen?
I'm always scared. I'm scared against everyone.
Anything
I
from
mean,
you guys? I know you came into this series dominating to say the least.
I mean, I heard that Moifin was pretty good, so I started off strong. But then I kind of got into my freestyle habits, and it went from there.
Just a tad.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you watch this back at all, we've definitely pointed that out, and I think I may have called that out a little bit, that maybe you guys were relaxing, because when you have 19 shots in one game, well, there's nothing much else you can do. Like just go for it, I guess. But beautiful game from you guys. Do I have any more questions? I honestly can't think of any questions. That was just a
I
beautiful game
I
by the
do.
both.
I have one question. Feed,
Oh.
please explain the thought process on why you chose those wheels.
Yes, please.
What do you mean they're clean?
Oh, okay. We'll
They're,
just chalk that up to personal preference then.
they're like they're the black daisies of season 6 in Rocket League.
I actually have one more question for you, Pete. Okay. Disappointed because those disgraceful wills, but how does so I know you're the player in FDL, you know, you always go for the hide and seek. You're always pinging people about hide and seek. You build it down a little bit, but how do you think that helped you in this series today and just pure domination?
Um, I have not played hide and seek in like a month, to be honest.
Maybe that's improving the gameplay. Maybe hide and seek was slowing you down there, Feed. But Blade, if you don't have any more questions, I guess we should ask the you know, the big question we ask everybody to stir up the pot of a little bit of FDL drama.
Oh, I do have one question for Azza in game 3. Which air dribble goal did you like more?
To be honest, I can't remember which one I scored. I scored so many. Uh,
I wish I could say the same.
but the I don't know if it was in game 3, but the one I went off the ceiling to get a flip.
Oh
is
yeah,
what
that
that was a very good.
That
one.
was
Yeah.
the highlight for me.
That was
Yeah.
that was decent. I've seen better.
Oh
decent.
my god. I literally cannot talk to higher ranked players because the stuff that's decent for them is stuff I don't
Okay.
even dream about because I know I'll never hit it.
I'm
Um,
plat. This is all insane to me. I don't know how anybody does this.
I'm champ, and I think I'm still as much dumbfounded as you here, Blade. But for final question, and you're at the top of the league, so I don't know who you're starting beef with or who's coming after you. But is there anybody you guys would like to play or call out?
I'll take on everyone.
Of course. Of course you would say that.
Anybody from you, Feed?
No. I mean I like beating Chris, but that's who doesn't enjoy that.
Oh no, Chris. He's like the human punching bag of FPL. Everybody throws punches at him, and he's not even here to back himself up.
Poor
Um,
Chris.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, you guys, even as even your reserve is literally the ISL in this league. So it's gonna be hard to match you guys, especially with that 7-0 record. Just taunting everybody and very menacing. When I saw it, I was like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen here because the Gators have a tough match. But great game to you guys, Hydras. That is going to be it from us here for now. We have another matchup. The Expert, I believe that is. Yes, the Expert Hornets versus the Coyotes. The Hornets coming into that undefeated, but you will hear more from that later. I've been Cyproc, and that's been Blade. We hope you guys enjoy the rest of the night.
Breathing underwater. Can't let you go now. Making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, taking it too far. Nothing to hold now. I'm falling apart. Out in the cold now. Breathing underwater. Breathe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to FDL, Frontier Doubles League. Today, with the second game, we have an Expert League matchup between the undefeated Expert Hornets at 6-0 and the 2-4 Expert Coyotes. I'm here joined today by my partner, Blade. How are you doing, Blade?
I'm doing pretty good. Been a busy night for me, but I'm looking forward to this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Always excited to have an undefeated team here, especially when they're going up against an underdog like the Hornets. Excited to see if the Hornets can pull off the upset here. Um, it's week 6 here. Hornets are, they're not out, but they're definitely down. So if they want to turn it around here, this is a very key series for them if they want to make a serious playoff push. Really, excuse me, they really got to go undefeated if they want to turn it around and make it into the postseason. So it's excited to see what type of fight they will put up here in this game. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, certainly that that they're going to have to win out if they want to have any chance at controlling their destiny. And making it to the playoffs. Otherwise, they might have to rely on just different scenarios where it's completely out of their control. But yeah, if they have an opportunity to take down an undefeated team and see if an undefeated team can remain undefeated. It's a very difficult feat, especially getting this late in the season. You sometimes see a bit of complacency, but what do you think? Should we get these guys in the lobby?
Absolutely, we should. Today the Hornets are playing Dusty, and I do believe Wilp will be going for the Hornets, and for the Coyotes, it looks like it'll be Silo, and I think they're pulling up an Adept League player in Ward RL. If I'm correct in that, let me check here real quick. Absolutely. Ward is indeed an Adept League player here, so a very large disadvantage here for the Coyotes, pulling one up. Let's see how it goes for them. Let's see if Philo can pull Ward along, and we'll see what type of complementary play he can do at the next level.
Yeah, certainly it'll be definitely interesting for the Coyotes there, having an adept player up, but you never know what happens.
Absolutely, Rocket League is a very weird game sometimes, and crazier things have happened here in the FDL. As we get this started off here, as Ward looking to take control, Wilp cuts him off. Silo looking to take control. Ward looking for a bump here, gets him to jump and gets it into the corner. A very well executed play there for the Coyotes to get that first goal.
Yeah, certainly. Ward wasn't able to get it, but just wasn't able to get a demo, but got Dusty to jump, and that prevented him from getting over to really get an attempt there, and really gave Faisal the opportunity to tuck that one away.
Yeah, absolutely. Faisal, great placement on there, seeing that Dusty was not in a position to recover to the far side and able to put it in right there without hitting the post. A great start here from the Coyotes, who are at a disadvantage. But that right there might be bad positioning by Ward, and it is cutting up too much upfield, maybe not expecting the speed of these Expert League players right here.
Yeah, certainly. And on this replay, it looks like he may have just been a little slow on the rotation out there, but got back and was almost able to get that over the net. But unfortunate one there for the Coyotes.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. With the disadvantage of having an Adept League player playing for you, you really can't be giving them up like that. You got to focus on rotation and positioning if you are Wilp here, or Ward here, if you want to give your team the best chance to win. As another double commit coming in here from the Coyotes, and the Hornets are looking to punish again here. Really, these goals by the Hornets so far have been just, the Coyotes have been aggressive at work for them in the first play, but these last two plays, it has not been working.
Yeah, certainly not. Just getting back again these rotations are going to have to be really, really clean from Ward. Just these guys are really good enough to the point where when you don't come back on rotation like that, they will punish you most of the time. And so far, the Hornets have done that, though, as Ward putting one in.
Absolutely. A great pass there from Philo, finding Ward, who demonstrates excellent car control, puts it towards net, and Dusty was just not in the correct position there and ends up putting it into his own goal, but it was a very tough save to start out with. As on the kickoff here, Dusty puts it into the Husky, or not the Huskies, excuse me, the Coyotes corner. Ward cuts it off here, but maybe an ill-advised cutoff, no communication there with Philo as he looks to boom it downfield, cut off by Wilp. Again, Ward being a little bit too aggressive here, leaving an open net opportunity, but Wilp does get a big, long pass all the way around here as Philo gets a nice demo, gets 50-50, looking for control in the corner here. Ward cuts him off, going up the sidewall here, popping it towards net, looking for the musty flick, mix it. Coyotes once again getting very aggressive here. Let's see if it hurts him here as Wilp does miss. Now, it is worth noting that the Hornets are sending out their bottom lineup here. So, this really is a closer matchup than you do think, as Philo is the top salary here for the Hornets on their Expert League, as Ward really showing that he's got some good game sets here. I do believe he scored all of the goals here, or no, that's right, he blocked for the first one. He's really showing that he can take advantage of the opportunities that the Hornets are giving him.
Yeah, certainly he's and I have to say though that he may have missed that musty, but the fact he's trying it tells me he's fairly comfortable in this series. You don't musty if you're playing scared, and he's certainly not. I think Feislo's also helping with some of the confidence as he tries to put one in front.
Absolutely, he's playing really well here off of Ward. Maybe, I don't know what type of adjustment he is and the communication they're having, but it seems to be going well, as once again the ball bouncing off of a Hornets player card and going in the back of the net.
That's unfortunate, but that's now Ward with 3 straight goals there. The Coyotes they were down by 1 with just under 4, and they've built a 2-goal lead with just under half of the game remaining.
Ooh, good answer there by the Hornets off of a missed touch clear here by Philo, putting it off that back wall, trying to get it on Welp. And Dusty just had that angle with Ward out of position, able to put it into the net here and bring it to a 4-3 1-goal lead for the Coyotes. Just again, a little bit out of position on the defensive end here for Ward, which is really what's leading to these Hornets goals. If he can get a little better defensive positioning here, we might see the Coyotes take a dominant lead in this one.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that, because Ward looks like he has the speed most of the time. The rotations seem a little sloppy at some points, but the fact that that's kind of all that's wrong with the Coyotes right now is definitely a good sign there, as Ward's going to tuck another one in.
Absolutely, and once again, a great high setup here from Feislo. Really just being able to find Ward, communicating well, and putting good center balls out. If I'm the Hornets here, you gotta start making adjustments. You gotta kind of know what they're going for. They've showed you their game plan here. Feislo's gonna take it off of the wall and look for Ward in the midfield. You really got to start adjusting to that. As the Coyotes have been a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more team play friendly here, and it's really putting the Hornets in a bad spot. As again, Philo is a maestro with this ball, just destroying the defense, getting the ball around all of them, not looking for the selfish shot of his own, looking to set up his lower salary teammate, even from a league below. He's really helping Ward, facilitating Ward here as he dominates this game.
Yeah, and really, it definitely shows Ward. I have here on my notes, he's had 5 of the 6 goals. Feislo having the first one there, and Ward didn't get an assist, but had a bump there. But all 5 of Ward's goals have been assisted by Feislo, who has 100% goal participation. But Wilp's gonna at least get 1 back.
Absolutely, the Hornets are definitely out of it here, as once again Ward just a little bit out of position there on defense, not playing quite where he needs to be, got caught in the midfield, and this is what's happened a lot for the Hornets, just taking advantage of Ward being last back and not quite knowing where to be on defense. His offense is surely showing here, but his defense is what's hurting the Coyotes right now. Let's see if it comes back to bite him here with 1 minute left. Coyotes lead 6-4 here, as Feislo looking for another midfield pass here, maybe cut off by Dusty. Ward looking for the 50. maybe playing a little patient here, as good 50-50 there, taking it off Dusty. Wilp taking it to the corner, sending it to the middle, past Faislo. Ward sending it back right to Wilp, who pops it right back to Ward, looking to take it off the wall here, looking for his teammate midfield possibly. Puts it downfield, cut off by Dusty towards the back wall. Faislo coming off the backboard, looking to take control here. Wilp with a nice little touch in the midfield. Dusty turns on it, looks to boom it downfield, cut off by Ward. It's going to get a big boom here from Wilp. Faislo is going to go up for it, catch it on the back wall, look for another touch. As good 50 there against Wilp. Ward going to boom this one downfield, give the Coyotes some space and time to collect themselves. With 9 seconds left here, it does look like the Coyotes are going to end up taking this one. A great offensive showing from them. Definitely stuff to improve on, but you know, the Coyotes couldn't ask for more in this first game, getting the win with the Adept League player on their roster. Faislo really showing that as a high salary, he's able to facilitate this game, and you know, even with Ward scoring 5 goals, he did end up coming out MVP with 5 assists. Every single goal was assisted, and 3 saves as well as 1 goal to his name. 828 points. What a game by the Coyotes.
Yeah, that was really a dominant showing from Faislo. He really took over and also realized that he didn't need to do all the scoring himself. He was able to set it up for his teammate, and I really think that this Hornets team might be paying just a little bit more attention to what Faislo is doing than necessarily what Ward is doing, and he draws the attention just enough that it provides this opportunity for Ward, who really it just felt like that he was just smashing balls that were, a couple feet outside of the net, right in, just real easy goals to get. Still got to finish them, but makes them hard to miss. And let's just see if they can keep it up consistently.
Absolutely. And for the Hornets here, the adjustments I see they need to make is to respect Ward a little bit more on that offensive end and realize that Faislo, as of right now, is not really looking to be that main attacking man and really playing a little bit more patient when he's on the ball and expecting that good midfield pass out of him and really trying to take advantage of the aggressiveness they're going to show with 2 people going hard on the offensive end. As we get started here, Faislo looking to put it center, cut off by Wilp as Ward cuts him off, looking to take it up the wall, cut off by Dusty to the midfield. Faislo is back as we do have a car change out of him. He went from the Fennec to the Octane. Let's see how this affects this game. Maybe throws off his mojo here. I don't know. As Wilp looks to put that one on goal, cut off by Faislo. The Coyotes again off and running. Ward showing off his Adept League talent there a little bit. Don't mean to put a shot on him, but he does miss a nice open net opportunity as the Hornets are looking to take advantage here. Cut off by Ward. Another open net opportunity. Are the Coyotes going to be able to take advantage? No. Ward does miss the touch off the back wall. Well, Faislo, who almost gets it over Dusty, as Dusty does get, well, I call it the B lip. I don't know what else to call it, but he does trip on the lip of the post and does end up making the save, as the Coyotes here are going to make a great counter-attacking play as again taking advantage of the Coyotes aggressiveness on the offensive end. This is really where it's going to get them. If the Coyotes can park the bus and get great counterattacks, they're going to have a very good chance in this series to save their undefeated season.
Yeah, certainly, and it's the Hornets really kind of exploiting right now the weakness of that Coyotes team, which is not necessarily the cleanest rotations. Ward is with a great bump right there, but has shown himself to be quick most of the time. Not always the fastest, it seems, at certain points, but he's been playing pretty consistently. And although if the Hornets can keep exploiting that and trying to make those quick counterattacking plays, I think that they can definitely take a couple games, could even win the series.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really showing great offensive instincts here, but on defense, he's really relying on Faislo to take up the bulk of the responsibilities. And it really seems like to be a problem for the Coyotes when Ward is last back, as the Hornets have scored most of their goals when that has been the case, as they look to boom this downfield. But Faislo is there on the defensive end, and he's looking for the good pass here, but does not get the great touch as Wilp. taking this side low. Ward does cut him off to the boost, grabs the boost again. Feislow got a 2v1 opportunity here, looking for the 50. Good test by Dusty though. Ward misses, open net here. Dusty's not going to be able to get it in. Cut off by Feislow. Good try there from the Hornets, but you got to take advantage of those opportunities here in this series, as we've seen.
Yeah, you don't always get a lot in the game, and when you do get them, you have to convert. Getting a 2-goal lead obviously is better than having a 1-goal lead. Is right there. Have a 2-goal lead, now you're not tied, but the Coyotes tie it up.
Absolutely, you've got to take advantage of the holes in this Coyotes pressure when you can. And there, the Hornets miss a great opportunity to put themselves up 2-0. But now it's 1-1 as the Coyotes do take advantage of the mistake and turn the pressure around on the Hornets. As the Coyotes look here to take the ball in the midfield. Ward's got it on his car, looking for the flip. Cut off by Wilp. Feislow is there, but Wilp's able to get it past him. He's going to play it down into the corner. Feislow high up off the ceiling. A nice little flick all the way into the far corner. Dusty's there to cut it off. Going to look to play this off the back wall here. Looking for the double across to the middle. Ooh, Feislow just not able to get the touch he needed there, and Wilp's able to put it in the back of the goal.
Yeah, certainly. That was just a great little pinch pass in the middle, just enough on it, and got it over to Wilt, who was able to squeeze that between the post and the between the post and the Hornet right there or not the Hornet, the Coyote, to get them their lead back.
Absolutely. And again, Ward blasts back there, being a little bit awkward there on the defensive end. Feislow really having to try and bail him out a lot of these times, and it's costing the Coyotes. What is allowing the Hornets to maintain their pressure is getting Ward last back, and he's being hesitant on the defensive end. As he looks for 50-50 here, Feislow luckily behind there, cutting off the Hornets. A great mid-ball here. Feislow again getting the touch. Wilp backflips and misses. Feislow going to look to take advantage of that in the midfield. 50-50 by the Hornets. Wilp's got the ball in his car, but Ward is there. It's going to back out, back towards the middle. Dusty looks for a shot on goal. Feislow is not there. Puts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, and that one was just a play. Yeah, both of the Coyotes were in the corner there and lost on rotation, and was able to just pop that one into the back of the net. Great shot, though.
Absolutely. Looked like Feislow there had a little bit of a panic flip, and by the time he was able to land, that ball was already too far towards the net. As he gets it, was that an own goal there?
I think that may have been.
Absolutely, I think so.
Yeah.
One of the weirdest angled own goals I have seen in a while. Like, he was kind of coming towards the corner, and it just bounced in the right way and went into the goal. For Dusty there, you got to feel for him. Like, I wouldn't expected that ball to go in from the corner he was taking either.
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible angle right there, but Coyotes definitely take them when you can get them. And Wilt bounces that one and gets it to bounce over Ward to extend that lead back to 2.
Absolutely. Again, Ward just not in the best positioning here. Wants to be more on a post side, either one, front post, back post. Yeah, you never want to get caught sitting still in the middle of the goal. You got no momentum. Even if you do get that ball, likely you're not going to have enough power to either save it or get it out of danger right away anyways. So you never want to get caught camping in the middle, as Feislow again showing off the great display of passing, really his willingness to use his lower salary player to get these goals as Ward puts another one in the back of the net here.
Yeah, certainly, and just there's definitely something to be said about Feislow's selflessness, and also the passing ability to not just see that there's that opportunity, but also to put the ball where Ward can get it and these Hornets can't. And that's not necessarily the easiest thing to do, as Feislow does it himself.
Absolutely, and Ward showing, the two things he's done so far that have really worked is bumping and scoring. And that's really all he's had to do. He hasn't played a whole lot of defense, not a whole lot of passing. And right there again, we see the big pass off the backboard, but it was the bump that really made that goal possible, giving Feislow the space to put that in. As now the Hornets here have blown their 2-goal lead here with 15 seconds left, and they're really fighting for their life here. They don't want to go on to game point here against a Coyote team that can put on so much pressure and
Ooh.
so many points in a quick time. As
Yeah.
Faisal looking to clear this, and Dusty just kills it. We're going to OT
Ooh.
here in game 2. The Coyotes are up 1-0 in the series. Let's see how this game goes.
Yeah, and almost able to find one there at the end of regulation. Ward just getting enough on it to tip it over the crossbar, but yeah, definitely if you're the Hornets, definitely a little frustrated blowing a lead like that, and in a game where it looked like you were the better team. Wilt makes a great save.
Absolutely, it really felt like the Hornets were going to even the series up, and they gave up 2 quick goals there in the last minute. And
Oh my God.
that it's filthy, disgusting. Faisal says, no, this is our game. As the Coyotes take the 2-0 lead here, and if you're the Hornets, this is the worst way to go. You're going to lose your undefeated streak if you don't turn this around to the Coyotes, who are 2-4 and using one of their Adept League players here. If you're a Hornets fan out there, you're sweating in your boots. This is not the way you wanted to lose your undefeated season chances.
Yeah, and it's just the Faisal is really just the star of this the star of this lobby, really. Just the passing plays and doing it himself too. That double tap to end it, just incredible, and that's a hard thing to stop. And really, I think that's been the Hornets' problem, is that they're struggling to stop Faisal, and uh, even when they kind of have the opportunities to stop him, Ward has been there. You've mentioned him mentioned him with some bumps, and that won't show up on the stat line, but those are important plays that are opening up these opportunities for Faisal to get some of these goals that keep them in this game. I also just really impressed with how Ward has been playing as a second. It feels like that there's been uh, kind of in that second man role, but he's playing it very well.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. We are an expert league. There are no stars in this game here played. But absolutely, I would agree. Faisal has been playing very well. 2 800-point back-to-back games here, really carrying the Coyotes. The Ward not quite so on fire in that last game, as the Hornets were able to get the passing plays under control. But Faisal just said, let me take this game under control here. I'm the highest salary in this game, and I'm going to run amok and bring us back into this. Really able to propel the Coyotes to the win. As an amazing save there from Dustin on that shot by Faisal. A good setup opportunity by Ward, but the Hornets were ready for it.
Yeah, that was
Ward here. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that was a great setup from them, and just the continuance of the passing plays has just been really fantastic. And there's that bump in the demo that you've been talking about.
Absolutely. When Ward's not scoring, he's looking for the demos here, which he's been looking for to set up Faisal, but he said, let me take it here myself, getting rid of the defense. It's really easy to score goals when the defense is not there, and that's what Ward did there. I mean, anybody in this league can score most of the time when there's nobody in defense.
Yeah, and that's certainly what a shot from Wilp. I don't know if a Coyote got just a little bit of a touch on that one though. But
yeah, I think Faisal did get a piece of it, but
yeah, it looks like he did. Yeah, because that was an 88-mile-per-hour shot.
Absolutely, but even without him touching him, it was a good top corner shot there from Wilt. Even if he was going to get there, it would have been a great save. One that you don't exactly expect at this level. So no fault to Faisal there on that goal. He was really putting himself in a great opportunity, as I do believe he was bringing out some wall dashes right there. And unfortunate, hey, Wilt got him right back. Said, you put that one in for me. Let me bounce this one off my hood right back to you here. Unfortunate there from Wilt, just looking to catch the ball and it rolls off his car. That's a feels sad right there. Feels big sad.
Yeah, really, and just the scoring has kind of exploded. Just 3 goals in the last. I've had all 3 of these goals in the last 27 seconds, and make that 4 and just a little over 30.
Absolutely. Jeez, at least Faisalo's here, and then he's out for blood. He's like, I'm ending this streak. Not only are they going to lose their undefeated streak, but unless things change, it's going to be in a sweep fashion here. I know Captain Tucker Carlson, aka Ant, has been talking some mad smack in that captain's chat here. But you know, we're on upset watch here as the Coyotes are up 3-1 using not only beating the 6-0 Hornets, it looks like, but using an Adept League player at that here, as with 3:30 left, they're really looking at like the dominant force here, and Faisalo's really looking like he's going to take this game practically by himself.
Yeah, really, and not just even this game. It's really felt like Faisalo has just been taking the series himself. He's been putting them up, and I don't know if that was a pinch attempt or if that was one of the Hornets.
I think Faisalo got greedy right there and wanted the goals all for himself. Maybe getting a little power hungry there as he cuts off Ward's nice, easy open net. Maybe Ward didn't think he was going to make it or something, but a clear miscommunication there from the Coyotes. Let's hope this doesn't come back to bite them, as Dusty just unable to get the touch to the goal here, but there is a pinch, but Ward is there. You know, the Hornets have had a great opportunity here, just not able to take advantage. And right now, they need every opportunity they can get to go in, as they are getting outshot in the series by a significant number. I do believe last game it was 12-7, and the game before that, I do believe it was also like, I think it was 12-8. So they need to take advantage of the shots they are putting on net, as they are not putting them in the quantity that the Coyotes are.
Yeah, and with you know, and if you're going to take that few shots and really have a chance to win, those first shots have to go in, because you're obviously not really getting rebound chances. And if you can't put those first shots in, you're gonna have a bad time. It's not gonna be fun. Because I have to say, if I'm the Hornets, I don't know how much fun I'm having right now.
Absolutely, not much indeed, but Dusty does kick it off with the scoring again, getting that in there on the great pass here by Welp, getting it over Ward. Faisalo was just not able to rotate back in time. Maybe not expecting Dusty to have quite the recovery he did out of the corner right there. And it's 3-2 now. The Hornets are definitely not out of it, but they really have to press the issue here, as we've seen the Coyotes can score in almost an instant. As well, looking for his signature bump plays he's been going for all series again. As Dusty clears it down here, Faisalo gonna look to send it back, looking for a mid ball. Dusty goes for the touch, doesn't quite get a hold of it. Faisalo puts it in the air. Dusty looking to take a 50-50 here by Ward. Ward hits a good stroke into the corner, cut off by Welp. Faisalo and Welp going for the ball. Faisalo not quite able to get the 50-50 he was probably looking for. Good pass back there to Welp, but does unfortunately get in the way here. Looks to get a good clear downfield. Takes a control touch, gets it past one, and then gets rid of Dusty. Welp is able to cut that off though, buying the Hornets some time, getting Dusty back into the play as the Coyotes double commit again. Unfortunately, a misplaced shot there by Dusty. Faisalo is able to recover to get back to it. Looking for the 50-50 midfield in here. Faisalo goes low, grabs the boost in the corner, looking for his teammate. Cut off by Wilp. Onto the sidewall. Ward looking to take it past Wilp. Gets it past him, looking for the pass. Ground pinch. Misses. Dusty, big boom. Downfield. Sending it off the backboard, trying to get Faisalo to go up for it. He's patient, doesn't. Wilp goes for the 50. Ward gets a nice little touch midfield here, looking for one more. Dusty into the corner. One more touch towards the net. Good far post shot. Faisalo unable to make contact. Wilp going up and over and ties it up.
Just finally finding one, finally breaking through are the Hornets after I don't know how many shots that they took that were just a little wide or as you said, misplaced, and were saved because they had plenty of opportunities and were finally able to convert on one of them. And they might have a chance for another one here, and they do.
To an open net, Ward going down the field and Faisalo cutting him off. And I said at the time, I hope this does not come to bite the Coyotes in the butt. And as of right now, if Feislo would have just left that alone, the score would be 4-4 here as the Coyotes have to scramble to make this one up. A good opportunity here. Ward's going to put this high off the backboard. Is Feislo going to be there? He is.
Wow.
Great 0-second goal. Great play design there from the Coyotes. You can really see it coming together. Got that 1v2 off of the kickoff. Ward does get the demo on the other end to remove all doubt there. And hey, we're going to overtime, so it's not going to cost them too much. But if that goal wasn't blocked by Feislo, that would have been it. That would have been game over. We would have been done with the series. We would have been into our interview. And now the Hornets really have a chance to keep their series alive here if they are able to get this overtime goal. But they have to be careful because we know the Coyotes are dangerous. As that's one way to get rid of the offensive threat of Feislo is to take him out of the play. Good big boom here from Dusty. Feislo does stay patient, gets to 50 with Wilp in the midfield, looking to take the ball. Goes for mid-boost instead. Wilp is in a Ward is in a 1v1 situation. Wilp finds Dusty on the wall. Dusty with a little touch, gonna let Feislo play it out to him. Goes back, grabs boost. Gonna look to take control of it in here in the corner. Ward's gonna present himself for a 50-50. Dusty coming high off the wall, booms it down, but straight onto Feislo.
Wow.
Unfortunate bounce there for Feislo, and Dusty's able to put that one in there. What a fortunate play here. Feislo looking for just a slow play, and it bounces right into Dusty's car.
That's a great play from Dusty and trying to follow up on that rebound and finding that just an incredible solo play to get this Hornets team a win, and they have a little room to breathe, but it's gonna be right back to it. They still got to win one more to even get it to Game 5. They're still fighting for their life.
Absolutely. And again, that it comes back to that, I don't know if it was a pinch. I don't know what it was. I don't know if Feislo was just trying to mess around and thought they had the game in the bag, but that goal comes back to cost them. This is why you can't mess around in a Rocket League game. As the Hornets finally do outshoot the Coyotes in that game. They had 10 shots to the Coyotes, 8. And both teams shot 50-50 there, but the Hornets were able to take advantage of the counter-attacking style that they had to play against against the Coyotes, as the Coyotes are very offensive pressure teams, and they took advantage, adding more shots than they have in any game prior to this in this series, and it worked out well for them. Definitely something we're gonna have to look for again, really cutting off the Coyotes' offense and using their aggressiveness against them.
Yeah, it's been tough on the part of the Hornets. The counterattack game hasn't been working too great. It seems like that they're kind of relying on some solo plays more, which is not a bad thing, but definitely a switch up from earlier as Dusty tried to put it in the middle for him, but it's going to be an adjustment as Feislo puts one in off the backboard.
Absolutely resuming his dominant scoring ways here for the Coyotes. Both of the Hornets going up from that in a little bit of a panic, not quite expecting such a strong clear there from Feislo, able to take advantage of it and put the Coyotes up 1-0 here in this game point match. 2-1 here for the Coyotes. Really looking to take advantage of these strong clears and offensive aggressiveness that they're putting on. As Ward plays this into the corner, a nice save. Dusty misses it. Feislo maybe looking for the pass here. Nope, going to take it himself. Again, the Hornets were out of position once again. Not expecting quite the car control and power that Feislo is able to generate here in the midfield and from his own half. Really a dominant start here for the Coyotes.
Yeah, and it looked like I think it was Dusty there, just a little struggle, a little hesitation on that recovery, and I think that was one of the big factors in giving the room to the Coyotes there to have a chance. As that one gets deflected over top, and Feislo's going to find another one to give himself a natural hat trick here.
Absolutely, Feislo's playing aggressive, maybe a little angry about losing that last game here. 3 goals in 0 minutes. He's really just he's the only one in this game with more than 100 points here, and he's at 480 as of right now. Uh, really just trying to put this series away, um, as he's really making the Hornets look silly sometimes out here. As he clears this one into the
Ooh.
corner and unable to recover as he gets boost here. A good redirect here by Dusty, taking advantage of the big boom into the corner. Knew it was going to come back with a lot of power off that sidewall, and Feislo just he didn't stay straight to the goal. He turned upfield a little bit, and that little peek in back towards the middle. It's what made it so he couldn't get to that ball there. A little bit of mispositioning from him there, but he's played so well into this game, taking advantage of the Hornets and their aggressiveness that they've been showing on offense in this game. The Hornets were able to get one past him right there. As Ward, fantastic pass, hitting the post. One might say that he did it on purpose. One might say that he was trying to score himself and accidentally put it off the post. Either way, Feislo was able to slot it far end and get it past Dusty.
Actually, just a little to go back on that Dusty goal here from my notes. Actually, that is the third time this series that Dusty has scored a goal with exactly 3 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the game. It doesn't really mean anything. I just thought it was kind of neat.
That is very interesting. Maybe a future team can scout that and know at the 3 minute and 55-second mark, just know to just not let him be on the ball in any series going forward, as he seems to be very lethal in those moments. As Feislo gets it past both Hornets here in the midfield, Dusty able to get it past him, as unlike my partner said, he was unable to do it again. As the Hornets look to clear this into the corner, Feislo's there to cut it off, looks for a mid-ball pass, doesn't quite get it. Dusty looking for a good long clear, cut off in the midfield by Ward here. Welp's going to look to play it in the corner, gets it past Ward. Ward turning on it, does end up taking out Welp here. Dusty able to get the ball past Feislo, let the Hornets recover here, get both their teammates back. A great pass there by Dusty. Is Welp going to be able to make it? No. Both of the Coyotes are able to beat their first, as Feislo now looking to take control in the midfield. Feislo goes for the 50-50. Ward's last one back, and again, just not having the defensive positioning that he needs here, and the Hornets are able to take advantage. Feislo being that front man here, a lot of these times on these goals, he's making strong midfield challenges, and Ward's just not expecting the miss and being out of place, maybe expecting the offense to start pushing up a little bit too, and the Hornets have been able to take advantage a lot in this series of Ward being the last man left back.
Yeah, certainly. And I think it's just some of the confidence that he has playing in this lobby right now, because he's been very aggressive. And while it has, while it's gotten him some goals and helped the Coyotes win some games, it's definitely made quite a few of those games a lot closer than they need to, with some of the over-aggression as Dusty trying to find one and can't. But it's just one of those things that it's the team's Achilles heel right now, and if the Hornets do manage to come back, it's probably going to be for that reason, because that's been it's kind of been the reason why the Coyotes have even been letting up goals in the first place.
Absolutely. The Hornets been able to take great advantage of the mistakes on defense by the Coyotes. But we jump back into the action here, and Ward's able to cut this ball off, going towards net. Well, looks for the 50, it rolls up the wall. Dusty going to go up for it, but not really have a shot. Feislo going to look to play this downfield, cut off by Welp. Maybe a little dangerous opportunity here for the Hornets, but Ward is able to get the long clear here, grabs mid boost, maybe going for the bump here, grabs their back boost. Dusty able to dodge it though. Ward again staying aggressive on the offensive end, allowing Feislo to stay back and be patient here. Maybe a little adjustment here from the Coyotes, not willing to put Ward in those 2v1 situations that he struggled with all game, as Feislo taking it in the midfield, looking for a good flick. Gets the 50-50, but Ward's not able to take advantage of it. Able to get it around Welp there, though. Maybe looking for the pass mid, cut off by Dusty. The Hornets got to put their foot to the gas here. They need 2 in 30 seconds. Looking for one here, cut off by Feislo. Welp going to go for the 50-50 into the corner. Great touch here from the Coyotes. Hornets going to try and keep that pressure. 20 seconds left. Feislo not able to get that corner. The Hornets here are just putting everything around the net, but they're not able to get through this Coyotes defense as they're clamping down, knowing they have the 2-goal lead here. It's going to be very difficult for the Coyotes, and that might just quite be the nail in the coffin, as it does look like the Coyotes are indeed going to take the 4-2 lead here against the Hornets if Wilp just or Faislo just lets this hit the ground, but he does not want to. He wants that 1,000 points, and he's not going to get it. Only 987. I mean, if you don't get that 1,000 points, are you even trying? Jeez.
Yeah, really, Faislo, like step it up. That you need to do better.
Look at that.
No,
Only
no.
997 points in that game.
Wow, terrible.
Wow,
No, but
terrible.
Faislo played an amazing game, and Ward was incredibly impressive. Made mistakes, but didn't make enough mistakes that it ended up really hurting the Coyotes, only dropping one game, and and fighting out wins. They had it was a 2-goal game, a 1-goal game, a 1-goal game, and a 2-goal game. So thin margins, but got the dubs, and that's really what matters.
Absolutely, and a very interesting shift in dynamics with that first game. Faislo really facilitating for Ward there, and in those last 2 wins, it was really Faislo just doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and Ward just trying to take advantage of his spots that he could get space or create space for his teammate. And for the Hornets here, a disappointing result. They lose their undefeated season, move to 6-1 here against the now 3-4 Coyotes. For the Coyotes, this is what you really needed here. A win to, they're 3-4 now. If they can get a good positive push here, or they can possibly make playoffs, and this might be the game. It didn't look great for them. They were without their best player, or not without their player. They were without their second player. They had to bring up a player from a depth. But Faislo's advantage of being the high salary was just too much for the Hornets to handle.
Yeah, it really was, and I do think that's a good sign for the Coyotes is that they can play this well, that they can beat an undefeated team with an adept player. And I'm not gonna say that means anything about the rest of that Coyotes roster, because it doesn't. But that's hope. One game under 500. There's still a couple more to go. I'm trying 3-4, so there's 3 weeks left. They can finish the season at 6-4, and that's a good chance for playoffs.
It looks like we have Faislo here to join us. Let's go ahead and get him in here into the casting booth. And here he is, the man of the match, the guy who couldn't quite get 1,000 points in that last game, 3 points off. Very disappointed in you, Faislo. What do you have to say for yourself?
Shame on me. I should have gotten that.
Absolutely. A fantastic series for you. I do believe you were over 800 points in every single game of that series. Might have only had 700 points in the fourth game. Not quite 100% sure, or no, it would be the third game. Not quite 100% sure, but really coming out supporting your Adept League player. A big call up there. When I saw that, I personally didn't know what your chances would be, but you were able to really will Ward to victory. He wasn't a liability. He was able to show off on offense. His defense wasn't quite what it needed to be, but he was able to provide a support on offense and allow you guys to put up big numbers in a lot of games.
Yeah. None of my teammates can make it, so I had to bring up an adapt player. I wasn't really expecting the win, but I got a smile on my face right now. I really did not expect this win. We had
Absolutely,
we had a 1 game warm up.
Go ahead.
We had a 1 game warm up before this, and here we are, destroying them like a undefeated team.
Yeah, absolutely. And in that first game, Ward was able to put up an impressive 5 goals. Of course, all 5 were facilitated by you. And of course, with that first goal you did score, your 1 goal in that game, he didn't get the bump, but he was able to get Dusty to jump in the air, and you were able to take advantage. Really coming out in that first game, I think you guys put a shock into the Hornets, maybe not expecting you guys to come out so physical and so aggressive with an Adept League player coming out, really surprised them there. And I think it was able to knock them off weight for the rest of the series, allowing you guys to end their undefeated season Tucker Carlson, aka Ant's, gonna have to deal with this one in the general chat, in the captain chat. He's been talking so much smack. How does it feel to end their season?
It feels amazing. Like I know Ant's probably not happy right now. Like I'm so happy about this, especially this team is the team I beat. I feel amazing right now. I feel amazing. I honestly, award for expert. Bring him up.
He showed that, I feel he needs to get a little bit more better positionally on defense, but he definitely showed he has the offensive chops to survive in this league. I'm going to pass it over to my partner, Blade. Anything for Faislo here?
I mean, what an incredible performance from you. Just absolutely popped off. Tell me I gotta ask, when did you think that, you said that you didn't think that you were going to win this? At what point did that change, that that you thought that you could win this?
Well, I'd like to say from the very beginning, but like probably like I don't know, after we got I think it was the first match we were 2-0 right away. I was like, okay, we win this match, or win this entire series.
Yeah, because that double tap you had in overtime in game 2 was, I really think the statement goal of the series there. Just being able to claw that one back, tie it up under 30 seconds left, and to win that one. I think that kind of broke the Hornets a little bit. But what was what was the challenge in this one? Just because it seemed like that you were the better team, but couldn't really build up a huge lead.
Yeah, this is my first time ever talking to Ward like in the VC, so definitely you had very little chem, but after that first match we won, we grew a bond right away, and we knew that we actually started talking about strategies and that stuff right away. We weren't just playing the play. We wanted to win, because he knew I wanted to win this match so bad.
Absolutely, and that was evident in your 0-second goal in that game. You guys did end up losing in overtime, but there was a very key communication on the fake kickoff into the play that you guys did end up executing and able to get that 0-second going. I mean, fantastic communication from both of you, able to not only overcome the Adept League player having to be called up, but really thriving with it, in my opinion, and really being the team that was more aggressive and more dominant in the game against a full expert squad. Very impressive stuff out of you. I'm going to really quickly give you the opportunity to shout people out, throw down any gauntlets, whatever you want to do before we go ahead and get you guys out of here, because the next game is coming up.
2 shout outs. One shout out to Ant. Thank you, Ant, for putting two teammates together that I could beat. But actually, shout out to what was his name, Dusty. That guy was absolutely insane. The one game he won because of overtime. Me and I knew he was definitely the better player on that team. Impressive by him.
Alrighty. Was anything else from you, Blade?
No, I have nothing else.
Alrighty, Faisal, thank you for joining us. We're going to go ahead and get prepared for the next game. Next game up, we do have Adept League action, so looking forward to seeing you again here, FDL. Signing off for now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For week 8 Adept League action, we have the Unicorns versus the Eagles. I'm oddly joined by Tubby Boy. Tubby Boy, how are you doing today?
Feeling great coming off of that great Expert League series. Excited to see what is going to happen here in this Adept League series. This is the league that I do play in, so this means a lot to me as we have two great teams here in the Adept League.
Okay. So you have a little bit of insider knowledge. Interesting. Okay. So Tubby, who do you think out of these two teams has the upper hand?
Well, a lot of people are a big fan of the Unicorns, as they will be running their top lineup tonight of Kimo Keo and Shaka or Shakaya. I don't know how to say his name. We're gonna go with Shaka for me. Sir Shaka in the game. Shaka meet online on the FDL, and they're gonna go against the Eagles of the classic. Everybody loves them. Everybody knows them. 007 Bondo, former congressman, washed up old man that we all love, and Velo, the newer player here. I'm gonna go with the Eagles because I can't go against my boy Bondo. He always plays well in these games with his odd cards that he likes to use. It might be going against the general knowledge of the Unicorns. I know they were a big favorite coming into the series, but I'm excited to see this matchup overall. I think the two teams stack up well. We're going to see two A lineups going up against each other in this matchup, so I think it'll be very even, well-played match, possibly Game 5. I'm always rooting for a Game 5 in these series.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, that's a lot of good info, my friend. Both teams are 4-2. Now we're week 8, I should say. This is going to be a turning point for both teams as we get things started. I'm excited to see how game number 1 plays out.
Absolutely. Playoff pushes are in a go. Positioning is trying to get figured out here. And you'll leap past this team. I mean, I do believe they're in division, as we only play in division games here in this league. So this might help. This is going to leap past one another in the standings here. So a lot of vying going on in this game.
Excellent. Game number 1 is underway. As I gotta turn my mic off here in game as everyone can hear me. Bondo here's looking for a good challenge. Both teams looking to feel each other out. We have a first shot on that, and the first shot is a goal from Bondo. Good pressure. 20 seconds have passed.
Absolutely. We saw this last week once again. I did end up casting that game. As we see here, the Unicorns just being slow, what I like to call heavy-footed in net on defense, allowing the Eagles to take advantage of it. As we saw Shocker there just kind of sitting around waiting to see what happens. Blow's able to get past him, and Bondo's there in his ugly mobile, is what I like to call it, to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's a good-looking taxi. Very interesting colorways. I think it throws the other team off because they think, like, how could anybody ever want to use that car? But hopefully he's going to show off and explain why he uses the car. As both teams,
we know why he uses the car, because he's washed up and he doesn't care anymore. I mean, he'll tell you that himself.
Oh my goodness. Well, shout out to the washed up players. That's A-okay. Oh my goodness. Speaking of washed up, that was going to be a good aerial, but he doesn't get quite a good shot. Vlo, pronounced Vlo, like the word flow, coming off the wall. Gets a nice boost grab and a nice bump as well. And he gets a nice demo. Oh my goodness, Vlo's keeping the pressure up, making sure the ball doesn't leave their half. Bondo comes off the wall, puts it on net, and it's a beautiful shot. Top left, 2-0.
I do believe Bondo is indeed the highest salary player in this lobby. We've seen him in past series, able to put lots of shots into the back of the net here. He's really a fierce striker, really the one who's going to do a lot of the scoring here for the Eagles. Really, his teammates a lot of times are just looking to get the ball off the backboard, because Bondo's really great at being there and having great positioning on offense, but his defense positioning there was not where it needed to be, as the Kimo Keo was able to just dribble this down the field and get it right past him.
Yeah, just an excellent outplay by Kimo. Had lots of space in midfield. Gets it right past the Eagles, and we have a 1-goal game. But still plenty of time to be played for both teams here. Team number one still feeling each other out. Chemo. Then a little bit of boomer ball here as Bondo is looking to follow up. Surkaka. Looking for a nice 50. He gets it. Lots of boost, but he gets demoed. Man, that Nomad is quite the machine, excuse me. Bondo, we're gonna turn on this ball. Good block. And some more boomer ball here for both teams. Oh! Unfortunate touch. Oh, not a great shot by Surkaka. He's gonna want to have that one back as Bondo capitalizes on the counterattack. 3-1 for the Eagles.
Absolutely. If this was Bondo 007's video game here, there would be blood running down the screen as he just sniped that one into the top corner right there. Good little shot there from Bondo, showing off that offensive lethality that he is known for throughout this season. Really showing why he's one of the best players in the Adept League and the driving force of the Eagles so far this season.
Yeah, that was just a great counterattack. Making sure that they capitalize on the mistakes that these unicorns are making so far. Interesting bump. But I like the play he was going for. Chemo goes to take the boost. And just gives it to Blow. Lands it on his roof and says, here you go. Bondo with an excellent 50. Should say block that just sends it over into the unicorn's corner. Surkaka with a backflip. I think that was intentional. Nemo was up. It sends it right down. Oh my god, a beautiful block by Vlo. And it's a wide open net. Sends it over to Bondo, and he almost gets the touch to put it in the net. Vlo's going to come off the wall here, looking for Bondo. Chemo with the heads up play. Make sure that the pressure, as I say that, Vlo gets a nice touch off the backboard, and beautiful 50 by Bondo into the net.
Lethal striker here. 4 shots, 4 goals, and most of the time it's coming off of great back wall passes from Vlo. Really showing the Eagles are strong in their offensive game plan and they're sticking with it and it's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's what they always say, and the Eagles don't play into.
Man, Bondo, I think he's making a really good case for making the Nomad the meta for Rocket League. His Nomad has been going to the gym. Surkaka looks for a demo. And on top of that, was looking for a pass over to Chemo, but he wasn't quite there for the play. Looking to send it off the backboard here. Playing things slow. Not a great touch, unfortunately. Misses the ball. As Bondo, again, looking for those blocks, and he gets them. Keeping the pressure up. Chemo off the wall. For the ground pinch. None of these 50s are going the Unicorn's way. I think that has a lot to do with this Nomad. And it's absolutely just hefty. Hitbox just proving me wrong. He comes off the wall and another great 50. Bondo just keeps that pressure up. Chemo comes off the wall. Surkaka looking for a touch there as we're going to go into game number 2 with the Eagles up by 1 game. Clearly dominant performance. Eagles take game number 1.
Yeah, great performance there from the Eagles, especially from Bondo. Really taking control of the series. He was their offense. Vlo playing a solid complementary role there. Not doing too much, really allowing Bondo to flow, play the center of the map, get a lot of midfield cutoffs, get a lot of nice, easy shots set up by, getting around one defender, getting those 2-on-1s that you need so much here in this 2v2 league.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing is, too, Bondo had 5 shots there as Vlo did have 2 assists, so Vlo was playing his role himself, so by no means was this a carry by Bondo. But I will say what's interesting, is the Unicorns had 7 shots there as well combined. Just couldn't capitalize, as they clearly only had 1 goal. We'll see if the Unicorns can pull things back after game number 1 and see what they can do in game number 2 here. I'm really interested to see how this goes because both teams, again, I don't think that they played terribly. It's just they need to be more careful with those 50s and look for better control.
Absolutely. As far as the unicorn goes, it really felt just like they were just flowing at like not in a good way though. Like they were just going with the flow. There wasn't really a plan of attack on the offensive end. Really just kind of reacting and not taking the game in their own hands. Not a lot of strong offensive pressure there. A lot of their shots were not the greatest shots in the world. Some good pieces of defending coming out from the Eagles, really eliminating the opportunities for the Unicorns to put shots on goal. And that was really what hurt the Unicorns. Just not a concentrated mode of attack, allowing the Eagles to really be the ones taking greater shots, better shots that would be on the net.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. It's just more, as you were talking there, the Unicorns had a decent chance there, but an unfortunate whiff. As he did have a little bit of time there to shoot the ball, but just wasn't able to get a great touch on it. That's okay because, again, like you said, I think the best mode of attack right now is to make sure that they get some control and just get better shots on net.
Really going into their offensive end with like a plan instead of just kind of reacting to what the Eagles are doing.
Yeah, I think what I like about this league, what I like about Adept is you really get a sense for how each team plays in the first game. So we go up by 1 goal with a great 50 by Chemo, and he stays in the play.
Yeah, it's a great 50, and you know the ball just kind of sat there. Nobody else was able to get to it. I think Shocker wasn't able to touch it, but he did get a little aggressive there and went for a bump, allowing Chemo to find the time to put that one in the back of the net as Bondo got a little lost back there. Just taking advantage of the confusion really that the Eagles were under. Is great little carry there by Chemo. That's the second time in this series we've seen him just take the ball downfield and keep it on his car and able to just flick it past the last defender at the last second both times.
Man, you love to see that. Chemo is playing his game early on in game number 2. And what I was saying earlier was that in the Adept League, you can really get a sense for, after the first game, whether or not each team was able to adjust to how their opponent is playing. And it seems the Unicorns have, as they've been working on their control of the ball, not trying to get as many mistakes as they did last time. Chemo did have that excellent touch to give himself a dribble. And I want to apologize to Sir Chaka because, I was calling him Kaka. And I was kind of thinking, like, my friend, it kind of like sounds like poop. But, oh my goodness! That was not a poo-poo shot as he gets a nice double tap, 3-0.
Absolutely. A nice little flip into the ball here, able to get it to go off the post. Luckily, it didn't go bounce out as most of my shots do, as I am also in a depth league, and that's just how it goes sometimes. But Unicorns taking a commanding 3-0 lead here, really flipping the scripts on the Eagles. Let's see if the Eagles can respond here.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit worried because he missed that wide open net, and I was going to roast him completely, but he made sure that I wasn't able to do that. He gets a nice double tap, but here we are with Bondo. He's ready to play his game in the Mantis and the Clown Hat.
Absolutely, his little clown car he loves to run. He brought it out this game. Honestly, I feel that it's hurt him here. In that Nomad, he was just so strong in the 50-50 game in the middle, but with the flat car, he's not quite. Doesn't quite have the height and girth advantage that he had, and it's hurt him in the 50-50 game. Is another great play coming out here for the Unicorns.
Man, this is exactly what we were talking about. Sir Chaka with a beautiful shot, but the only reason he got the shot off was because Chemo had an excellent 50, leaving it wide open for Chaka to get a beautiful shot. Man, the Unicorns turn things around.
That's the compromise you're looking for. When you use that flat car, you're going to lose a little bit of defensive prowess, the ability to to make strong 50-50s in the midfield, and you got to be a lot more careful with your positioning of your car. But you're going to get a better, the better ability to catch the ball and get your stronger flips than that flat car. That's the advantage that it has. But we've seen it so far that the Unicorns are able to take advantage of, him not being quite as strong a presence in the midfield, creating space for themselves, which has led to a lot of the goals that they've gotten so far this game.
Yeah, the Eagles are falling apart here a little bit. Again, by no means are they not out of this game. Well, I mean, I should say they're sort of. I mean, there's a 4-goal lead right now. They still got half the time to game. I should say half the game to play left. As that ball goes off the crossbar. Flo looking to keep the pressure on, but Sir Chaka's just gonna take it from end to end, directly into the net. We're on track for a Brazil.
Absolutely, and once again, the Unicorns are just taking control of the ball and really playing smart positioning on it, not allowing the 50s to go the Eagles' way, and it's leading to an opportunities where Bondo looked for the dive in 50-50 right there, and Low made an ill-advised turn on the ball with low boost, and they weren't able to win that 50 in the midfield, and it cost them.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of a Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles have a one-way ticket to Brazil, business class.
Oh yeah, we're in South America right now, everybody. Get your party hats out. We're gonna have a nice little dance floor time out here in Brazil.
And it's so interesting how polarizing game number 1 and game number 2 have been for each other. The Eagles were so dominant last game. I think it has to do with the Nomad.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's been a lot of just the difference in the 50-50 game. Bondo was really strong in his 50-50 game, allowing the Eagles to maintain a lot of the pressure, and he just hasn't quite been able to do that in the Mantis. And I honestly believe that's been the difference in this series is the Unicorns, not losing that advantage in the midfield and allowing themselves to control the ball better.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is I don't really have a problem with different hitboxes, but I will say the Mantis, if I'm not mistaken, it has the plank hitbox, and that itself is a little bit of a learning curve because it is so flat. Sir Chaka looking to send the ball over here to the Eagles' end. Again, yeah, like I said, 2 very polarizing games. The Eagles not out of this series by any means, but potentially out of this game. Looking to
I would say, provided a miracle, they're out of this game here. It's very hard to get, 2 goals in a minute, let alone 5.
Listen, I can't even score 1 goal in any game, essentially, because I can't hit the net. But looks like these guys can, because we have a really high-scoring game. We have a nice double commit, but at least it's saved. Flo looking to control things, but Sir Chaka just says no. Says no, you can't. Bondo with another 50. Looking reminiscent of game number 1. Definitely a lot better pressure this time around at the end of regulation here, game number 2. Timo's gonna look for a little time here. Sends it off the wall. Taking things slow, which is okay. They have no urgency as they're up by lots of goals, and the Unicorns are gonna take game number 2 here. Once the time ends, looking over to Chaka, see if they can get a 0-second goal. Very close. Unicorns take game number 2. We have a 1-1 series.
Upset there. We almost took a quick trip to Barcelona to end that game, getting that 8-2 score there, but we just had to stay. We just couldn't make the trip from Brazil to Barcelona. It was a good adjustment there from the Unicorns. I would expect to see another car change here from Bondo, as obviously the Mantis was not working for him in that game. Maybe go back to the ugly mobile of the Nomad, as I like to call it. But just a complete 180 this game, and it's really starting to. It reminds me of the Seagulls series earlier when the Eagles went up to a dominant 2-0 lead and got reverse swept by the Seagulls, and it was just out of nowhere. Like there was no real rhyme or reason for it. They just, they were getting scored on a bunch. They won their first game in that series. I think it was 10-1, and they ended up getting reverse swept. So this is something that has happened to the Eagles in the past. You really got to brush this bad game off and go back to playing the style of ball they were in the first game.
Yeah, I just want to point out how Chaka had 7 shots. Chemo there with 4 shots as well, but just putting the ball on the net has clearly worked out for the Unicorns here. They're living up to their names as they're pulling out a miracle. Very magical win. It was it 7-2, correct? Am I right about that? I mean, I can't even remember.
It was 7-2, correct, and Shaka did have 5 goals on 7 shots. I mean, that's with that shooting percentage, you're going to win most of your games. Uh, it's hard to see someone put up a 5 spot and lose a match. I mean, it's happened, but it's very rare.
Yeah, so sorry about that. I was just kind of looking at the lobby there because unfortunately Bondo was going to be very nice to me. He's going to be very respectful. And going to wait for me to join, tell me to join, but you know that's just not how it works here in this league. As we're okay for you to just hop right in. But I do appreciate as he respects it. And oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Bondo pulling things out with the grog.
Another big boy car here, and I mean that's what we saw Bondo dominate in the first game. So let's see if going back to this hitbox, let's see what effect it has. It's a good start here for the Eagles.
Come on, man! I think the Bondo's got to keep things safe. Oh my goodness! What a save! Oh, what a play from both teams there. It was a wonderful 50 and a great save, but just couldn't save it from Flo.
Absolutely very smart first shot there from Bondo, pulling out the backflip shot. Not a very commonly used maneuver, but we've seen him pull it out a few times here this season, allowing himself to see that it was going to be a weak save and get a second opportunity. But Sir Shocker made a great save, and then Vlo was just ran out of time there is really the best way you can put it. Vlo, it was a matter of time before Vlo was going to get down there and put that goal in as Eagles look to take advantage here again.
Yeah, it was a good heads-up play by Vlo to make sure that he gave himself some space. And oh my God, Bondo, my friend! Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying this, and I'll say it again, the grog is OP.
Showing out here once again. Stay away from flat cars, Bondo. That's what we've learned so far. I mean, it's just a simple hitbox change, but he's dominant again. Unicorns don't know what to do. It's probably an intimidation factor. I mean, you look at that thick car going out there. You don't know what quite to do. You hug him. Do you run away from him? What's going on in your mind out here? You don't see this car very often. As right there, midfield 50 leads to a goal here for the Eagles. Bondo putting on another show. 4 goals in the first game and 4 goals again real quick here.
Bondo, they have a family, bro. 4 goals, a minute 30. Just an absolute monster on the field right now, getting the blocks and the 50s. Everything's going his way right now. Oh my goodness! Bondo! They have children, they have families.
Bond 050, baby. Out here putting on a shooting clinic. The Unicorns don't know what's going on out here. I mean, they got their unicorns flying. They got the rainbows flying in circles out here. The Eagles are just flying laps around them. As Bondo, shows he's mortal there. He had to miss one. He couldn't just hit every shot he takes. I mean, it'd be a little unfair.
Yeah, you got that right. He was gonna put another goal up for them in under 2 minutes. But I mean, if Bondo can do it single-handedly, then I think the Unicorns can as well. See what they can do to stop the bleeding. 3 minutes left in game number 3. Oh my goodness, Bondo.
He's everywhere. He is everywhere. Jeez Louise. I mean, but I don't even know what to say. It's tale of two different teams out here. One game they're dominant. The next game they're giving up 7 goals. It's really unbelievable what's going on.
This has been high scoring And as I say that, we have 7 goals right now. Oh my goodness. From the Eagles. Every game so far has been a high scoring game, and it's been tic-tac-toe. At this rate, the Unicorns will be dominating game number 4.
I would like to point out that we are not even halfway into this game, and Bondo is at 1,000 points. Pretty dominant performance going on here, getting 1,000 bomb halfway through this game. Let's see if he can go for the 2,000 bomb here. Heck, 14-0's never been done here before in FDL, as it's not going to happen again as we take another trip down to Brazil.
This is the second Brazil of the series. Ladies and gentlemen, we have quite the high scoring game and quite the high scoring series. As you know what, if there were fantasy leagues here in the FDL, Bondo would be an excellent pick. But unfortunately, they don't have them. He's looking to get a big body play here. Oh my goodness.
Disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. He's everywhere. They're gonna see him in their dreams tonight. Kio and Shaka gonna wake up with the sweats in the middle of the night because Bondas is gonna be flying at them in their dreams. Holy smoke, putting on a clinic here. 7 goals, 1,181 points, 2 minutes left in the game. I'm excited to see how high he can go. He might score the most points in a game in FDL history here. I'm not quite sure what that is. That would be Mr. Statsman's Robot Man's department, but I mean, he's definitely going to be close to it.
Yeah, you got that right. Come on, he has 7 goals right now. Just under 1,200 points. Now, that's a lot of points. The Unicorns, again, it just hasn't been their game. Bondo has just been, basically dominating this game so far. So, clear standout for game number 3. But, for the Unicorns, what would you say the takeaways are for game number 4?
That's literally it. You just gotta forget this, or you just gotta forget this game ever happened, and just a game like this, you can't let it get to you. You can't let them get in your head. You just gotta regroup and focus on your positioning, focus on your communication, and focusing on playing solid Rocket League. As the 50-50 game here from Bondo is unbeatable. Really putting himself in good positions here. The Unicorns are just going to have to figure out a way to deal with this menace of a force of Bondo, 007 Bondo, the classic OG, who all he does is score.
And ladies and gentlemen, if there were ever a time to use the word regain for the Unicorns, it'd be right now. As 007 Bondo, living up to his name, he has probably had 0 female interactions, 0 times touching grass, but has 7 goals. That's a 007 to me. Nice little backflip goal.
We didn't get it last game, but we got it this game. We go into Barcelona 8-2. We fit both the major landmarks here. Only thing that would make this game better is if the Eagles are able to get to 10 here. We having parties all around here in the FDLs, taking road trips, whipping out the passport. It's getting a little expensive though. I don't know if I can go back to Brazil and Barcelona again. I'm running out of cash over here.
Come on, this has to be one of the highest scoring series of the FDL. I mean, then again, I have no idea, but it's got to be up there. We almost had 9 goals. Eagles take game number 3. Take the series up 2-1. We go into game number 4.
Yeah, great comeback here again for the Eagles, putting them on game point. If you're the Unicorns here, you just want to, get a little Men in Black here, just erase this game from your memory and move on. You don't want to think about this ever again. Nothing really to take out of it. Just got to figure out a way to stop Bondo from being such a force. in the midfield and in their section. Almost 1,300 points out of him here. He slowed down. It must have felt a little bit bad here. Didn't want to put a 2,000 bomb on him as he had over 1,000 points before we were even at the halfway mark.
I think what the key to game number 4 here for the Unicorns is remembering that they dominated them in game number 2, right? So, Bond did have an excellent performance in game number 3 here, but you do have to remember that they had a 7-2 goal lead in game number 2, dominating the Eagles. So, as much as he did have an outstanding performance here in game number 3, the Unicorns are by no means out of this game. As we get into game number 4.
Absolutely not. I mean, they're a well matched team as far as salary goes, as far as record goes, and everything. Just gotta get Bondo out of their head. As he comes out in the Harb, I think I see a Harbinger out there for Bondo.
If you're right about the Harbinger, I actually really enjoyed the Harbinger when it came out. I was a big fan of it. Sorry, I apologize. I had to turn my mic off because I think they could have heard me in the lobby casting. That would probably be pretty annoying with this new voice chat, but you kind of love to see it as well. As Chemo missed the boost there. Not a great touch, and I think the key to victory right now for the Unicorns is slowing things down, making sure Bondo doesn't have space like he has right now. Nice bump by Chemo there, and an excellent bump by Chaka, looking for a nice. Oh my goodness, doesn't get the save. Flo heads up touch as we go up 1-0 for the Eagles.
Yeah, well, just to be able to slip it over Chaka there, he flips the wrong direction. Again, driving back towards the goal. Even if he does get a touch there, it's probably not going to be that powerful. The Eagles just taking a lot of good power shots and putting the Unicorns in weird places. But it is not the Harbinger that Bondo is. He's in the Roadhog, the original truck that came out. It looks a little wonky, but it does look a lot like the Harb. But in the Roadhog for this game, another big body vehicle.
And this guy has the legendary vehicles, as he also has the legendary saves. Bondo, how could you do that to the Unicorns? Looking for a goal here. Shaka's gonna get an excellent flick up. He's gonna look to follow up. Tries the 50, but just wasn't able to get a nice little touch on that as he didn't have any boost. Flo gets a miss as he had a wide open net. Wasn't able to capitalize on the counterattack. Flo's taking things off the side wall. Bondo sends it back in the Unicorns corner. Shaka with an unfortunate miss, and Bondo's there to clean things up.
It's respectful right here. Just stops, waits for him to miss. Says, keep it going, keep it moving. Holy smoke. Overly. Just making him look silly out there. Taking advantage of this game. Up 2-0 here, match point. Really looking good for the Eagles in this one.
Yeah, just an excellent save by Chemo. And you know what? Here's the thing. I think the morale has just been wiped when it comes to, oh my goodness, I've just been shut up. Shaka, excellent little touch there. Excellent dribble. Picks his spot and brings the game to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, great little play there by Shaka, getting around one and able to get a nice power shot over the other in the net. Maybe a little life here for the Unicorns as they find another one here. Just bringing themselves back into this game real quick, 2-2, taking advantage of a nice kickoff there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Unicorns are following the script to a T, as before they tied this game, I was just about to mention, the Unicorns are by no means out of this game, and Chaka reads a little bit far ahead in the script and says, oh yeah, by the way, we're supposed to tie the game up here. Still lots of time to be played. That's gotta be a good morale boost for the Unicorns here, as Chaka just basically says, you know what? I don't really feel like losing today. Let's tie things up. We have a 2-goal game. Looking for a 50 here. Chaka has a little bit of time. Flo respecting that from Chaka. He gets a touch off the wall. Not great, not a high amount of boost here, but definitely gets a boost steal. Looking to control things, gets by one. But Bondo's there to send it over to Chemo. Chemo with an excellent touch, and the Unicorns have 3 unanswered goals and take the lead.
Shock able to get around one. Bondo, not quite seeing the touch. He didn't quite expect Shocker to cut it in the way he did, or maybe expect the flow to win the 50, and was forced to panic touch it. And Kimo Keo was just in a great spot to cut the ball off and put it in the back of the net.
Man, would you look at that? In under a minute, we have 3 unanswered. By 3, I mean 4. Chemo, look at you go.
I don't know what's going on. I'm officially, no matter what analysis I give here, it's just going to change next game. So let's just see what happens. It's just crazy. Looks like the Unicorns could run away with this one, but the way it's going, I wouldn't be surprised if this game ends up 10-10 and we go to overtime. But with the amount of trading we've got going on, as Blow looks to do some hot girl stuff here. Bondo looks to put it off the back wall, but doesn't quite get there. Good opportunity there for the Eagles, not able to take advantage.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I did mention that the Unicorns should be dominating this game based on the script, right? Because it was the Eagles game number 1, Unicorns dominate game number 2, and the Eagles come back to dominate game number 3, and we have a 3-goal lead by the Unicorns in game number 4. They're following the script to a T.
Yeah, it's just the way this series goes. The Eagles they've been a feast or famine team here throughout the whole season. Like, they either win by a bunch or they get beaten by a bunch. It's really an interesting dynamic. It doesn't seem like there's much strategy or anything going into it. It's just happening. It doesn't seem like they're playing any different. It just seems like that's the way the ball's bouncing. One game it's bouncing for the Eagles, the other game it's bouncing for the Unicorns.
Man, all I can say too is I'm a big fan of game number 5's wink wink hint hint. Things might be going that
looks
direction.
Like you're gonna get your wish.
I'd want to thank the Eagles and Unicorns in the Adept League here for just a great series. I know that the defense hasn't been solid. It's either the defense hasn't been solid or the offense from both teams has just been that good. Can't really tell in either direction. As Timo
might be a little bit of both coming out here. Bad defense, great offense leads to high-scoring games.
I think that's exactly it, because as I was talking about not great defense, Chemo with an excellent save. Make sure that the Eagles can't get any consolation goals here. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a game number 5. Man, I love Frontier Doubles League.
Or here in the Frontiers Double League, Game 5s are saving them out. More Rocket League, the better.
Hey, that's exactly it, Beautiful pass over to Bondo as he's looking for a consolation goal. I don't think they have enough time. I'll be quite frank with you, but then again, I'm a caster, and I'm not the one playing the game. They might have a interesting 6-second 2-goal play in mind. I mean, wouldn't be surprised with a player named Bondo.
I don't believe it's impossible. They just need one quick goal, and then they need to get the Unicorns not to come off on the next goal and get a pinch in, but that doesn't matter now, as there's 1 second. You can't get 2 goals in 1 second, but it's definitely possible to score 2 goals in 6 seconds. You just have to require the other team not to play defense.
Exactly it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game number 5 on the way. Every game here, the lead has been bare minimum 3 goals. If that is not a high scoring game, or if that is not an interesting game, I don't know what is. I'm gonna go in chat here real quick. I would like to know. Unicorns. I just wanted to see what the exclamation mark Unicorns does. Much like your chances of beating us, it's all in your head. Oh, I get it, because they're made up. Let me see the Eagles. I'm just interested. Oh, the Eagles. When they lose a feather on their one wing, they will also lose a matching feather on the other side, which explains why we own goal. Balance. I just am intrigued by what the What? Oh, I spelled Eagles wrong. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't see that. I'm really interested to see how game number 5 plays out. Oh my goodness. As everyone's going to be able to join here shortly.
All right, here we go. Absolutely. I mean, don't ask me for a prediction because this series is there's no predicting this series. As Bondo brings back, I mean, I gotta go with the Eagles now. He brought back out the Grog, and we know what Grog is. You know, it's got like a magnet or something. Puts the ball right on Bondo's hood, no matter where he's at. So
This is what I'm saying, my friend. The Grog is overpowered. It's not fair. It's just not fair. As you could tell by game number 3, it was 7 goals. But oh my goodness, Flo! Oh my goodness, he lives up to the exclamation mark Eagles with a nice own goal. Oh my goodness.
let's get a nice exclamation mark Eagles into chat here for that gracious own goal allowed by the Eagles. Just they want to give the Unicorns a false sense of security, live up to their names here, as really making their GM proud. Southpaw, a big fan of giving up own goals. It's one of his favorite pastimes here in the FDL.
Just living up. I think Flo he can say, hey guys, I hit a double tap the other night in the FDL. He doesn't have to specify whether or not it was an own goal or not. He doesn't have to say that it was an actual goal. You just say he hit a nice double tap, and it still technically counts, right?
Absolutely.
Chalk was looking for. Oh, sorry, that was just a great play by both teams. You go ahead.
I said, absolutely. All my best shots are on my own net. I can relate to that as Bondo coming out being the striking force we all know and love.
Oh my goodness. This has definitely been a much different game so far. I know it's only been a minute and 10 seconds. But it's a 1-goal game right now for both teams. Everything's tied up. Interested to see what the Grog's going to do here. Not the best 50s. Chemo has a little bit of time. It's a nice touch out as Sir Chaka gets a good shot, but Bondo gets an even better save. As he's looking for a wave dash here. Potentially looking for his teammate. Chaka's gonna try and reduce some of the pressure, and he does. Flo has a little bit of time. Goes off the wall. He could have stolen that boost, but it doesn't go for it. Chaka got a nice look on net, but Bondo again gets a nice save. See if he can get into the net. Bondo was looking for a miraculous block there, but it's a dangerous play as it left Flo all alone. Didn't really pan out for the Unicorns. Much different game number 2, and as I say that, just an unfortunate touch there by Sir Chaka.
Absolutely. Bondo bringing out his signature backflip shot there again, and Sir Chaka decided to return the favor too low and put one into his net instead.
Yeah, it was a very different game so far, my friend. A very different game. It was obviously a mistake by Chaka, but that's okay because, he himself, as you saw last game, got 2 goals in under 10 seconds. So you can expect to see something like that again as he is just going to dribble into the net. These guys are following the script to a T.
Bondo got boost hungry here. I don't know what this man is doing. It's just he leaves the net wide open. He said, maybe I'll play front post. Nah, I'm gonna grab boost. Maybe I'll play front post, and it was too late at that point. I don't know what's going on in this game, honestly. At this point, I feel like we just drawing stuff out of the happening as the Unicorns take the 3-2 lead here on a great kickoff goal.
Would you look at that, ladies and gentlemen? I was just talking about how the Unicorns were down by 1 goal, and in under 10 seconds, they now have the lead. Would you look at that? Still lots of time to play. Shaka. taking his time, playing the granny shifter role right now. Oh my goodness, Bondo looks mad right now.
I don't know if he looks mad or it's just the grog. It always looks mad.
I think you could be right about that. Just a menacing look of a vehicle. He doesn't get a very menacing touch on the ball. He doesn't touch the ball at all. Chaka looking for a block there. Whoa. Gets a nice touch, but he's low and boost. Now playing the granny shifter role himself. Emo. Going off the wall, but decides he's not Squishy Muffins and decides to let it roll on the ground as the Eagles kept the pressure up there, but Chaka just likes to keep the ball on his roof. He's got a nice dribble and a nice boost steal as well. Kemo's going to look to send it off the sideboard. Chaka looking for another block, and he gets it. That was an important block. As Flo, oh my goodness! Flo with a beautiful save, but Kemo's still there for the backflip.
Oh my god. I don't know what I'm lost at this point. I don't know what's going on in this series. Yeah, if there was a script for this, it's gone out the window. We just throwing rocks at windows and see what's breaking, all right? At this point, and I can't make no I honestly I can't make no sense of what's going on out there. The ball's just going everywhere. Things are happening. Babies are crying. Women are screaming. It's just chaos out there.
Both of these teams they're just playing with my feelings at this point as things are just getting too exciting. As Flo is going to look to dribble it, but doesn't get a great touch as Kemo's there. And Bondo with a beautiful save. Keeping them in this game with 20 seconds left. Let's see if they can do something. The Eagles need this. Nice touch up by Chaka. 20 seconds. 2 goals. Bondo looking to follow up. Looks like things are going to go in the Unicorns' way. And they take a magical victory, living up to their names. As the Unicorns take the game and the series. 3-2. What a series.
What a great series. What a weird series. I don't know what else to say about this. We had own goals. We had Barcelona's. We had Brazil's. I mean, we had everything in this series. We had 007 going for 1,300 points. I mean, this was literally just put a bunch of things in the hat and make them all happen. This could have been a movie at this point with all the crazy stuff that went down out here on the field.
Man, just like I said, just what a wonderful series we had there, and I think it was obviously just a very difficult for the Unicorns to come back there and look for. Sorry, just one second. I just want to see if we have an interview because I'd love to get a chat with the Unicorns there on their W, because like I said, just like after that game number 4 from the Unicorns, we just had to see whether or not it was going to be another back and forth, but they really didn't want to follow the script. Unicorns flip everything on their head. They take 2 games after each other. As it looks like we have an interview. We're going to bring the Unicorns in. So we have both of those gentlemen here now. Gentlemen, excellent series. What are your thoughts on playing the Eagles to a game number 5?
It was the biggest up and down series I've been in all season. It went from us thinking we were going to lose to destroy him to get destroyed to I don't even know.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, oh my, it wasn't that bad. Eh? Are you saying that they're an easy team to beat?
Your words, not mine.
Hey, oh, you can't. I'm just. I asked a leading question. That was my mistake. Like I said, halfway through that series, I was mentioning that I don't think that there was outside of game number 5, there wasn't a 3-goal difference. I guess it was 4-2 for game number 5, but What was your initial thoughts after that game number 3 as you guys were down by I think Tubby was talking about Barcelona. It's like 8-2. What was your thoughts going into game number 4?
We just immediately said, let's focus up, forget that crap. It didn't happen.
Yeah, you love to see it because that's exactly what we were going for. I mean, that's all you can do, right? You can just move on, move forward, and we can regain.
Yeah, those guys were fun to play, though. I definitely want to play them again, for sure.
Yeah, you love to hear that. Any final questions for them, their Tubby boy?
Yeah. So were you guys as confused as we were watching that, or like what's going on there? Like what?
It was, I don't know. It was like we played one team game 1 and a different team game 2 and a different team game 3. It was weird.
Oh, you're telling me I had to sit back and watch it, and at some point I just threw my hands up and just stopped giving anything of substance because there was nothing to do. There's no analysis available in this game. Like, what am I gonna say?
I just hope it was entertaining for y'all.
Yeah, for real.
Very entertaining indeed.
That is an understatement, gentlemen. I always love a game number 5, especially the game number 5 we witnessed there. Any final thoughts from you two unicorns? Anything you'd like to shout out? Any teams you're looking to play?
Rams.
Dragons.
Dragons.
Dragons and Rams, yeah.
Cool. Sounds good. All right, gentlemen. Thank you very much for the interview here.
No problem.
That was the Adept League action between Unicorns and Eagles for week number 8. My energy is shot here. I'm not sure if we have any more games tonight, but thank you all for listening. And Tubby time, any final thoughts?
Yeah, we do not have any more games. This is the final one of the night, and after that one, I think everybody needs a break to rest their mind and their overall health because that was a real road trip out there.
That's an understatement. What a night! What a nice way to end the night. But thank you, gentlemen, for that game. And tomorrow we'll be looking at some more games as well. But stay tuned. And thanks again, gentlemen. And hopefully we'll have a good one.